Comenzamos call. Hi everybody. Welcome to our Beachbody What is Coaching live webinar, where I'll be talking to you guys a little bit about our coaching opportunity. If you are joining us, it's because you have shown some kind of interest in perhaps becoming a coach. Maybe you're a little curious about what it is that we do. So this webinar is going to kind of shed some light on all of that, kind of demystify what everybody thinks Beachbody coaching is. I know that before I started, I had a lot of misconceptions about the business. So I totally understand that it looks kind of weird from the outside. And that is why I host these calls. So for you guys that do not know me, my name is Bianca O'Brien. Welcome. I truly appreciate you taking the time of your evening to join us. I will be sharing a PowerPoint with you just because I'm a little bit of a squirrel. And I tend to go off in different directions if you let me. I think there's a little bit of ADD there that I, completely self-diagnosed. But I tend to go off on different directions. So in order to respect your time, I do intend to get all this information covered in 30 minutes or less. So in order to respect your time, I'm going to be sharing a PowerPoint just to keep myself on track. And I might, I will call on some of my team members to join us and talk to us a little bit about their experiences as a coach as well. So you'll be hearing from me, but also from some other members from the team. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Bianca O'Brien. I think I've mentioned that before. So a little bit about me. I'm married. I'm a wife. I am a mom of 3 girls, 15, actually almost 16. My older daughter turns 16 next week. And I have a 5-year-old. That's the girl that's on my lap there, Alessandra. And I have a little baby girl. Her name is Valentina. All girls. But we do have a dog, a bulldog, a male bulldog that kind of brings the testosterone back into the house. His name's Buddy. Not pictured, but yeah, if you follow me on Facebook, I'm sure you've seen Buddy's face around at some point. So I am a registered nurse by profession, but I also work as a flight attendant for a major airline here in the US. I do travel international. I don't do it quite as often as I used to. I actually fly a little bit less. And I don't work in a hospital anymore. I quit my nursing job about 2 years ago. After being a nurse since 2010, I kind of grew a little bit tired of the whole nursing scene. I was doing bedside nursing, and at the same time, my mom had been diagnosed with cancer, and I was working in an oncology floor, and it was a really not a good environment for me at the time. And it was right about the time that I had gone into coaching as well. So I am also a 3-star diamond coach. You probably don't know what that means. That's just a rank with Beachbody. I'll share with you guys more about that later. Doesn't mean anything to you guys now, but just means I've grown quite a significant team with Beachbody since I started. So a little bit about my story as a coach. I started with Beachbody not because I wanted to run a business. I actually, after I had my second daughter, my middle daughter, I gained 65 pounds in my pregnancy. I had a little bit of a trouble getting pregnant. And when I got pregnant with her, I used to run. I used to love to run. I've dealt with depression and anxiety my entire life. And the only thing that seemed to kind of help offset that was exercise. So I was kind of a little bit of an exercise junkie. I've always been the active girl. I played volleyball in high school. I've always enjoyed being active. And so when I got pregnant with her, I was deathly afraid of losing that pregnancy. And I was advised that I shouldn't keep up with all the stuff that I was doing, that I was doing too much. I did run like 5 miles a day. Usually when I was back living in New York, and I like to run. And so I stopped running, and we actually ended up moving to Florida in the middle of that pregnancy. And I just put on a lot of weight. I love cake. And so I indulged in that a lot, and I stopped working and I stopped running. And so it was, as you guys can imagine, I put on the pounds. And and I didn't worry too much, I just figured once I had her, I would just, I'd lose the weight. I'll go back to doing what I was doing before, and I would lose the weight. Well, things didn't work out that well that way. It turns out Allie she was a little bit of a difficult baby when she was born. And I found myself having a hard time. I didn't know what to eat, and I was trying to breastfeed, and I didn't want to drop the weight too fast. I had milk supply issues. There was a whole bunch of things that happened. And of course, all excuses, but I ended up 8 months after she had been born. She was 8 months old, and we had to go to a dinner party one day. And I realized that nothing that I had, I didn't have anything to wear. And I ended up having to wear maternity jeans 8 months after my daughter was born to that dinner party. And I just couldn't believe how I'd allowed myself to get to that point. I had been convincing myself that I would be able to get back into shape, but honestly, I couldn't. I tried to run with her. She would cry. I would, I would try to go to a gym, and I couldn't find the time. My husband was working long hours, and I just, little by little, I was just getting myself into a hole. The more I got frustrated with not being able to lose the weight, the more I ate, the more weight I gained, and the more depressed I felt. And I really isolated myself from the world. And I got to that point at that dinner party, and I cried, and I was just like, this is enough. Like, I cannot continue to do this. I have to figure out a way to get back in shape. And right around that time, a friend had started doing a Beachbody program, and I was watching her Facebook posts and all that stuff. And I saw an infomercial for Insanity, and I actually purchased the program. I didn't tell her anything about it. I just purchased it and started doing it on my own. I loved it. I loved being back in my groove of exercising. I loved that I had found a solution to be able to work out from home without having to drop off my baby anywhere. And I was just ecstatic about it, but I did not fix my nutrition. So it wasn't until that friend reached out to me, and she told me about this program she was doing and how she was learning to eat clean. And I was watching her transformation right before my eyes. And because it was somebody I knew, I was like, I need to do this. Whatever she's doing, I need to do it. So I signed up to be a discount coach, which is, when you sign up to do Beachbody, you have the option to sign up as a discount coach. And that means you're not working the business. You're just signing up as a coach to get the discount on the products. And that's what I did. And so I started doing that. The first program that I did was called T25. And once of it, I had lost 17 pounds, and I was just ecstatic. Within 3 months, I had lost 33 pounds. And that was, I couldn't believe how the weight was just melting off. And then people started to ask me, what are you doing? Because I worked on a nursing floor, and people were noticing that my scrubs were getting loose, and I was shrinking. And so people were asking me, like, what are you doing? Asked me, I would refer them to my coach. And my coach, being my friend, is like, she's like, why don't you coach them? You know what to do. You can help these people like get into shape as well. And I was like, I don't have time for this. I work 2 jobs. I have a little baby. I'm working on my fitness journey. Plus, I still have a lot of weight to lose. Like, who's going to want me as their coach? But, little by little, because they were friends, I started helping them, and they started ordering the products, and I started getting commission for it. And I realized that, by helping people. And that really became my mission. Like I realized that I could empower people to do what I was doing, and I could inspire them, but with my journey, by me taking care of me, people were watching me. It was holding me accountable, and it was inspiring them to do the same thing. And I couldn't believe, like, when the checks started to come to my house, I couldn't believe that I was actually getting paid for doing it, because honestly, at that point, I would have done it for free because it was just helping me. So what ended up happening was just, I did the hobby coaching for a really long time, and then I lost all the baby weight, and I got, I was looking really good, and then all of a sudden, bam, I got pregnant again. And at that point, I continued to work as a nurse, and I had a toddler at home, and I had the baby. After I had Valentina, I found myself on maternity leave, and I started kind of coaching full time because I was on maternity leave for 6 weeks. And then when it was time for me to go back to work, we looked at daycares, and we realized that we were going to kids, but it's so expensive to have 2 kids under the age of 2 in daycare. And basically, my husband's a financial advisor. Basically, he looked at our finances and how much money I was bringing in and how much money we were going to have to pay in daycare. And it ended up that I was working basically for free. Like, I was actually going to the hospital for like 3 nights a week, for 3 days a week, to earn about $800 a week. That's about how much I made. And the daycare cost $500. So I was actually getting $300 for working full time, like really crazy long shifts that were like really demanding. And so he turned to me and he was like, "You're making more than $300 a week as a coach. Like, why would you do that? Like, you would make more money if you stayed home and we didn't put the kids in daycare. And I was like, boom, I love coaching so much more than nursing anyway. So I was like, that's what I'm going to do. And so I quit my nursing job. I didn't quit like cold turkey. I just started like lowering my hours and investing more time into my business. And that's when I started treating coaching as a real business. So it took me about 2 years to even realize that there was a potential for me to earn the income. But once I realized it, I ran with it. And then I started investing my time and growing a team. And I got super excited. And then within less than within 2 or 3 months, I had quit my nursing job fully. And I was working full time as a coach from home, which is what I do now. I never let go of the flying job. I still work as a flight attendant, but it's so little. Like I fly maybe 1 or 2 trips a month. Honestly, I keep it because I love the benefits. We do fly for free. So I became a coach, and I actually fell in love with doing it. I fell in love because what I found is that I started to attract other people that were in the same situation as me. So what ended up happening was I ended up with a team full of nurses, where actually a lot of us are stay-at-home moms. Some are accountants. We have all kinds of different backgrounds in our team. A lot of people are stay-at-home moms, some clean houses. We have all kinds of different backgrounds. But the cool thing is nobody here is a fitness expert. Nobody came in knowing a thing about the business. We're not salespeople. We don't push products on anyone. Most of us are not at our goal weight. We're still working, right? We're still working towards that, towards our transformations. We're really products of the products. Definitely no personal trainers here, no nutritionists. We're really just average people who are looking, who took on coaching just to help other women. So our mission as a team is really to empower other women to realize their potential, not only fitness wise, not only that, helping them realize that, it is possible to have a balanced life with the healthy nutrition, with exercise, with a full-time job, with the demands of being a wife and a mom, and all the hats that we wear. We are doing it. Our whole team is doing exactly that. We're not only taking care of ourselves, of our families, but we're also helping other people take care of themselves as well. And we do that by modeling the behavior. We're products of the products. We actually do the workouts. We actually do drink our shakes, and we actually do, watch our nutrition, and we share that on social media. And by doing that, other people watch us and they're like, wow, if she can do it, I can do it too. So I'm going to bring on one of my coaches who has been with me probably the longest. She's on the call as well. Ajnaya, can you talk? Can you share a little bit of your story? So this Ajnaya, she's actually started. How long have you been a coach, Ajnaya?
Now I guess it's like 2 years.
2 years? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you started around this time, right? In January, I think you did.
I think it was May.
Oh, was it? Okay. I remember it being the beginning of the year. So tell me, like, what attracted you to coaching? Like, what made you decide to become a coach? Okay. Tell us a little bit of your story.
Okay. Hi, everybody. First, my name is Ajnaya. I am married. I have 5 daughters. I have 2 sons-in-law and 1 beautiful grandson. And like a couple years ago, 3 years ago, I can say, I was kind of very sick because after I had my last baby, and I started having anemia very strong. So I was never cured, very for sure. And then one day I was working, and they had to call the ambulance, and making the long story short, I was very sick. And then after I took all the medication stuff, I got very fat. I just even ashamed of saying, but I was very fat, not chubby, fat. Then I saw Bianca, one of her groups, and I called her, and I was like desperate already, and my self-esteem was very low. Nobody knew, but I was crying every night by myself. I was trying like pills, hiding from my husband, my kids, that I was drinking pills to lose weight and stuff. And then after I talked to Bianca, I got in also like her as a discount coach, but I was doing everything like the way the paper was telling me to do, I was doing it. You know, I following the rules. I was following, you know, the measurement, the little containers, everything. And then the first 21 day, I lost 12 pounds. So I got so excited, and was not just losing the pounds, was more, you know, something inside of me changed too. You know, my my, how can I say that? My I forgot.
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem. Yeah. My self-esteem was better. You know, I started found in me who I was, you know, and I can say I was starting loving myself. So that changed a lot. So Beachbody helped me not just losing weight, helped me more than that. And after like 3 months, I called Bianca and I said, "Oh, many people are asking me about what I'm doing. They want to do the same." So she said, and I said, "Oh, I would like to be a coach." And she said, "What are you talking about? You're already a coach." So uh, from from that time on, you know, I never left a Beachbody. I'm always drinking my Shakeology. I'm always doing my nutrition, and I am always talking to people. And more than that, like Bianca said, you see so much benefit that you don't even care if you gain, if you are paid for. You know, you it's so good that when you talk to people, you let them know how this can help their life, and when you see that they also want to be helped, it's so good. You know, you start making friends. Like Jana used to say, we are paid to get friends. So it's very good. And you know, I'm trying to be more serious this year with Beachbody. So I want to get over what um, what people say. You know, sometimes people keep saying, "Oh, what are you doing? Oh, this is not good." You know, today I even was talking to some of the coaches and some of the clients saying that, you know, don't worry about what people have to say. Think about what you want. What Try to seek inside of you and say, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to become a coach? Why do I want to use this product? And when you find your why, you're gonna see it's easier to help people, because when you find the why, you help yourself, and then it will be easier to help people. So I'm very glad, and I hope all of you that's watching here can become a coach also. Thank you, Bianca.
Thank you. Thank you. I think she's spot on. It is all about finding what you want out of this business, because that's the first thing we do when we welcome you into the team, is kind of help you figure out like where's this going to fit into your lifestyle, and what do you want out of coaching, because it's, you know, you're not an employee. If you decide to become a coach, you're actually the CEO of your own business. So you kind of have to take ownership over what you want out of it. How much time are you going to dedicate to it? You know, that's all, you define that. And we kind of sit together and we do a call, kind of much kind of like this one that we're doing now, but except it will only be, you know, me or in you, or your coach and you. But you will chat about that. You chat about your goals. You know, what do you want out of coaching? What are your fitness goals? What are your business goals? How much money are you hoping to make? Is it about money? Maybe, you know, a lot of people don't join because they want rivers of money. A lot of people join because they maybe want to have their products paid for, or maybe they just want to inspire somebody that's dear to them in their lives. Or perhaps they just, it's for so many reasons. Maybe they just want a community of more positive people. I found that when I was trying to lose weight, you know, a lot of people would kind of bring me down. It was like my environment was toxic. You know, people would they would make fun of me, and they would, they weren't supportive, and that was my environment. And then once I joined Beachbody, I noticed that the people, my Facebook newsfeed was filled with positivity. As coaches, we do something that's called personal development. And that means we listen to positive things and we focus on positive things and we help each other. And so it's really a supportive community. So for me in the beginning, a lot of it was about that, like just being a part of it was really something I needed. I was just so sick and tired of being around the toxic environment that I was. And it didn't help that I was already, prone to depression and anxiety, and being in that midst, it just didn't help me at all. And all kinds of areas transformed and became better because of my decision to become a coach. The physical part was just part of it, but mentally, I'm somebody completely 100%, like I would even say 200% different than what I was when I first started. And I think I can vouch for that for everybody on my team, because that is the first thing I notice about them. They just become happier people. They're just more positive, and they learn to focus on the positive. Like Ajanea was saying, you find your why and your purpose, you are somebody that's just fulfilled. So, aside from the money, yeah, the money is nice, and I'll talk about that next, but it really is about the community and just figuring out what it is that you want out of life and your purpose and your why, and helping you tap into that and just, grow as a person. It's really a beautiful thing to watch as a coach. Okay, so let's talk about what we do. So basically, you're probably wondering, okay, how do you work on your day-to-day? So what we do is we run these things called challenge groups. And in these challenge groups, they vary for the amount of time. For example, right now I'm running one that's 80 days because we're doing a program that's called 80-Day Obsession, and it's 80 days long. So we run these challenge groups. They're set up on Facebook, on private groups that people who join, they order a challenge pack, which is the fitness program with the nutrition part, and the supplements, so Shakeology. And then we teach them how to eat clean and how to follow their program. We assist them with that. We don't have to teach them how to do it, because Beachbody teaches them themselves. The programs come already made. It comes in a beautiful little package and arrives at your door. They go straight to your link. They order it. They pay it with their credit card, and it comes to their house. You have nothing to do with any of it. So you don't have to buy any inventory and resell anything. Like, there's nothing like that. You don't have any quota to meet as a coach. So if you get a customer, awesome. You get the commission for that, and you'll get a check on Thursday. If you don't have anybody join that month, no big deal. Like, there's no problem. You're not signing a contract or anything like that. You're paid by commission. And your job as a coach is to really make sure that the people are opening their programs, that they know what to do with it, and then to inspire them with your own journey. So in other words, you're going to follow your program, you're going to be in this challenge group, and you're going to encourage them to participate as well. So as a coach, I run my challenge groups for my team. We all participate. We all chime in. We all make posts. There's a lot of live videos that I make, and I really teach them from A to Z what to do. And then my coaches, they just support. So you have the option to do that when you join, or you can always run your own challenge group if you like to put your own flair into things. But it is really your decision. Like I told you in the beginning, you're going to tell me how you're going to run this business. I am not going to tell you. What I'm going to do is tell you what I have done to be successful, how I find my clients, how I learned to post. I'm going to teach you how to do that. How do I invite people? How do I explain how it works? Like all that stuff. We have an online training that you're going to participate in. You're going to learn how to do it, and then you're going to watch me, and then you're going to do it with me, and then you're going to do it by yourself. So really, it's a very simple system that you learn, and you don't have to have a whole lot of time to learn this. Our training is done in like 15 minutes a day. And you're really just, from the get-go, like from the beginning, what I encourage people to do is come into the challenge group, start doing it, but invite a couple of people. We all know somebody who's trying to lose weight. So invite a couple of people so that your challenge pack is already paid for, and you can use them as guinea pigs to start learning how to be a coach and how to coach them. It's really a lot of fun. The process is fun, and it's very effective. It's very easy to follow. So what are the benefits? Of course, if you guys follow me on Facebook, we earn trips. We have prizes that we get every month. We do get to be our own bosses. Nobody tells us what to do. We make our own hours. So if you want to work an hour a day, awesome. If you want to work 15 minutes a day, awesome. If you want to, run with the business and really make an income right from the start, you can invest your, 4 or 5 hours into the business. You are going to make your own schedule. It could be a supplemental income that you have on the side from your full-time job. I did that for a long time and it worked out really well until I could, leave my job. You do get rewards as well from Beachbody. You're obviously, if all else fails and you suck at the business and you're the worst coach ever, you're still going to have the benefit of getting into shape. And even if that doesn't work, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So send your product back, get your money back. So there's really no way for you to lose in this. You will get to be surrounded by positive people who are going to lift you. It's not just going to be me helping you. The whole team is going to embrace you, and everybody, like, we work as a family. We don't do anything by ourselves. We really hold each other's hands, and especially when you're a new coach, you get a lot of support from the entire team. One of our biggest advantages is that we have our upline sponsor is the 4-time. She actually is 4 times top coach in the organization, meaning she's been, out of 440,000 coaches, she's been the #1 coach for the past 4 years. And we do get to work directly with her. So that's really cool because we get a lot of cool resources from her. She's very helpful, very active in helping us as well. So that success is almost like it's there. If you want to come in and work the business, you will learn and be successful. It really is up to you. You will become a healthier and happier version of yourself. We're here to improve. So how can you be successful? You will do the online training. You get a coach manual when you first sign up. You have guides, scripts, everything that you need to be successful. We will do one-on-one calls to kind of set goals for you and help you support like your vision for where you want the business to go. You'll be added to our team page where you get news, you get all kinds of resources in there as well. And then Beachbody themselves have a really cool first 30 training program that you can go through as well, which is pretty awesome. Like I said, #1 team in all of Beachbody. It's pretty cool. And the best part of it all is that you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just follow what we have done to be successful and you are good to go. So a lot of people want to know, what is the cost? You can sign up to be a coach for free. If you get a challenge pack, your first 30 days as a coach is completely free. If you decide that within 30 days you don't like it, you can cancel it. It doesn't cost anything to cancel. There's no contract. You never sign a contract with Beachbody. You're not ever bound to anything when you sign up for Beachbody. You can just sign up to be a coach, pay $39.95, and that's just your coach fee. So you're just a coach. You can already start working as a coach the minute you pay that fee. But I don't recommend that you do that. I really recommend that you come into a challenge group with a challenge pack and you get to experience what your customers will be experiencing. You get to see what the Beachbody programs are like. You get to try it. You get to get your own transformation. I usually recommend that coaches start with the 21-day fix because it's only 21 days and it's very effective. So in 21 days, you have your first transformation, so you can start sharing and inviting people to join your challenge group. If you are military, you don't pay anything to be a coach. You can send in your information and they waive all fees for you. If you're not military personnel, you will pay $15, and actually it's $16.95. The slide is outdated. You pay $16.95 monthly, and that will keep your website up. That will keep you active as a coach. As long as you're paying those $16 a month, you can receive commissions. You have your websites, your tech support, your customer service, and on top of that, you get 25% discounts on all the products. Again, no cancellation fees, no hidden costs, no surprise fees. You get what you get. You will not have any kind of contract that you're bound to or anything like that. So let me see. I'm trying to skim through it because I realized that we're a little behind. So you may be asking yourself, like, how do I sign up? It's pretty easy. You'll go online and you talk to the person that invited you here. So if I invited you, just call me, get me on Messenger and say, Bianca, I'm really interested. I want to sign up. We're going together to figure out what your best path is. In other words, like, what would be the best program for you to start with? You can sign up for the All Access Digital Pass, which gives you access to all of our workout programs for a full entire year. It's on sale and it's a really great deal. You can start off with that package, and then you will get also your 30 days, your first 30 days supply of Shakeology with that, our eating guide, and the portion control containers, and you get to go into the challenge group. So at that point, if you order a challenge pack, you will not need to pay a coach sign-up fee. And you can decide if you want to walk, run, or fly with the business. I always say, a lot of people start off as discount coaches. They just kind of want to see if this stuff works. That was me. I was very skeptical when I first started. I just wanted to do it, and do it the right way. And I wanted to challenge it and see, is it really going to work? And it obviously did for me. If you do that, if you decide to come in and just do a challenge, I promise you, if you follow it the way it's supposed to be followed, people are going to notice. They're going to automatically want to know what you're doing. Your sister will see it, your cousin will see it, your neighbor will see it, your coworkers will see it. They will want to know what you're doing. At that point, you can become a hobby coach. And a hobby coach pretty much keeps their full-time job, but they love the products and they share it with others. Meaning you can always invite people to do the challenge groups and not really be 100% committed to learning the business. But you can sign up a couple of people, earn the commission. Every time somebody orders a challenge pack, you get a commission. So you get a bonus commission from every challenge pack that somebody orders through your link. You also get recurring residual income every time they reorder something. In other words, if let's say they order a challenge pack and they love Shakeology, which most people do because it is an amazing product, they stay on it every month. You get the residual income of that initial order. They're your clients forever. So you keep on, getting commissions for all of that as well. You can continue as a hobby coach as long as you want. You can just put the people on the challenge group. We will coach them for you. You are a hobby coach and you're as happy as can be. Or you can see the potential. A lot of people with entrepreneurial vision see the potential in this business. Even though it's a small investment, that doesn't mean that it's a small income potential. I do earn a very awesome amount of money as a coach. And I don't mention amounts because, it's not about amounts. I'm not here to do this because I want to attract people who want to make money. No, I want to attract the right people for this business. The right people come in with the mission of helping others, helping themselves and helping others. Will you earn an income? Yes. I can't tell you how much because it really is going to depend on your effort, but it can be a really significant amount if you devote your time to it. So a lot of people come in, start as a hobby coach, and then they realize, oh, there is a real true income potential here. It's a business. And then they start to realize that, and this is me. And my path was just that: discount coach to hobby coach to business builder. And then within 2 years, I realized that there was an income potential there, and I started working full-time as a coach. And now that is what I do. It is my full-time job. It's where most of my income comes from. So that could be you. You don't have to, and you can switch back up. You can start as a business builder and go to discount coach, or you can start as a discount coach and go to hobby coach. Like, there is no right or wrong way. You're going to tell us. You are the CEO. You're going to pick your path and tell us how you want to proceed. And then our job as your upline is to support you and show you how we did it. So ask yourself, who can you help? Why were you interested in this opportunity to begin with? Is it to help yourself? Do you have some weight to lose? And, you've been watching us and perhaps you think, wow, that would be really neat if I could follow that program that Bianca did. And if I could get in shape like she did, that would be awesome. And if I did that alone, then becoming a coach would be worth it for me. Or maybe, what difference do you want to make in somebody else's life? Maybe you have a feeling that you're meant for more. Maybe you do want to help other people. Maybe you are that kind of person. I know I have always been. I've always looked for opportunities in which I could help people. And that's why I became a nurse. Think about it. Nurses, they give of themselves a lot, and they are caring people. They like taking care of others. And that was me. So that was my personality. Maybe that's you too. But then ask yourself too, what are your fears? What holds you back from becoming a coach? Do you think that maybe you would fail? Maybe you wouldn't succeed with the program? Do you think are you afraid of what people are going to say if you become a coach? Because those are all real fears, and they're all things that I had as well. And that's where that personal development that I was talking about that we do, that's where that comes in, because you don't want to live your life based on fears of what could be, of what people are going to say. Like, nobody pays your bills. You know what your needs are. You want to live your life the way you want it to live. And we're going to help you with that. That's where personal development is going to come in, and we're going to help you overcome those, so you become a more confident person that actually goes after your goals and doesn't do things based on what other people are going to say. So ask yourself, like Ajanea was saying, what is your why? What's your purpose? What's your legacy? Like, what do you want to be known for? What do you want people to remember you by? What do you want your kids to say about you when you're no longer here? What is your legacy? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? Because I know what mine is. I want to leave this world a little bit healthier than it was when, than it would be if I wasn't here. So I make it my voice. I talk about it, and I know that, dang it, if one person reads my post and they're a little bit healthier today because of something I said, my legacy is fulfilled. That's what I want. That is my mission. But what is yours? It may be something else. It's really true to you, and you have to be the one to do some soul searching and answer that. And what does success look like to you? What do you want to get out of it? Maybe it's making $100 a month to cover your shakes. Okay, awesome. That you sign up 2 people and you're there. So, you're going to define what that's going to look like. Not everybody wants to be on stage and, earn cruises for their families. Not everybody wants to make thousands of dollars a month. No, it really depends on what it looks like to you and what's going to make you happy. And what would it mean to you? Instead, we tend to ask ourselves a lot, like, what's going to happen if I fail? Like, what are people going to say? And, how am I going to feel? I want you to twist that around. And instead of thinking like, what if I fail? Start thinking about, what if you succeed? What if you do reach that goal weight? What if you do make a significant income? What if you start to inspire people? What if you're like the next Beachbody Rockstar coach? Like, what if? You don't know. You can't answer that, because if you're stopping yourself from even trying because you keep listening to those negative voices in your head, then you're never really going to know what could be if you were to be successful with it. So I'm going to stop the screen share and pop my mug back into the screen. And I'm going to end this call. If you guys have any questions, you can go over to the event page. You can post your questions there. I will be happy to answer. I'm going to log off here and go there. So if you guys have any questions at all, I know that I try to cover everything, but it is a lot of information and sometimes some things get missed. So if you have something that I did not answer, that I did not address, go ahead and post it on the events page and we'll answer those for you there. Thank you guys so much for watching the call. I appreciate it. I see we have a bunch of viewers. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your night. I know it's hard. I know weekdays with kids, we all want to get to bed early. So even if it's a half-hour call, and we went over a little bit, but even if it's a half-hour call, I know that we don't have that time to spare. So I appreciate you taking the time of your evening to listen and to being open to the opportunity. And hopefully we'll see you guys on the team on our next training call that we will have in 2 weeks. So let us know what you think and if you're interested, and we'll take it from there. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night.